Shukr, gratitude, thankfulness, the act of turning your heart toward Allah and saying, "You gave this to me, and I know it came from you." Allah mentions shukr in its many forms over 75 times in the Quran, not because He needs to be thanked, but because He knows what gratitude does to the human heart, and He wanted to make sure we never forgot. Mention 1. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 152. So remember me, I will remember you. Be thankful to me and never ungrateful. This is where it begins, not in a list of rules, not in a warning. Allah ties gratitude directly to His remembrance of you. When you remember Him, He remembers you. When you are grateful, you remain in that connection. The opposite, ingratitude, is not just a mistake, it is a severance, and Allah warns against it in the same breath. Mention 2. Surah Ibrahim, verse 7. Remember that He promised, "If you are thankful, I will give you more, but if you are thankless, my punishment is terrible indeed." This verse is unlike any other promise in the Quran. Allah proclaimed it, your Lord declared it publicly, and what He declared is that gratitude is not just a virtue, it is a lever. If you are grateful, He will give you more, and if you are not, the warning stands right beside the promise. The same verse holds both, because He wants you to choose. Mention 3. Surah Al-A'raf, verse 17. I will come at them from their front and their back, from their right and their left, and you will find that most of them are ungrateful. When Shaytan was expelled, he made a vow. He mapped out exactly how he would come at us, front, back, left, right, and what was his final conclusion about us? That most of us would be ungrateful. He didn't say we'd stop praying. He didn't say we'd reject Islam. He said we'd stop being grateful. That alone tells you how much is at stake. Mention 4. Surah An-Nahl, verse 78. It is God who brought you out of your mother's wombs, knowing nothing, and gave you hearing and sight and minds, so that you might be thankful. You came into this world knowing nothing, and then Allah gave you hearing, so you could listen to His words, sight, so you could see His signs, a heart, so you could recognize Him. These are not just physical gifts, they are the very tools through which gratitude becomes possible. He named them specifically, as if to say, "This is what I gave you, what will you do with it?" Mention 5. Surah Al-A'raf, verse 10. We established you on the earth and provided you with a means of livelihood there. Small thanks you give. The earth itself, Allah established us on it, gave us soil, seasons, water, everything we need to survive and flourish. And then He says something that should stop us cold. How seldom you are grateful. Not that you never are, but that it is rare. That observation from Allah should stay with us. Mention 6. Surah Al-Waqi'ah, verse 70. If we wanted, we could make it bitter. Will you not be thankful? Water, the thing you have drunk 10,000 times without a second thought. Allah traces its journey, from clouds to rain to the ground to you. And then He asks, will you not give thanks? Not a command this time, a question, as if the answer should be obvious, as if the only response, once you really see it, is gratitude. Mention 7. Surah Ibrahim, verse 34. And given you some of everything you asked Him for. If you tried to count God's favors, you could never calculate them. Man is truly unjust and ungrateful. We are halfway through, and this verse is the one that puts everything in perspective. Allah gave you something of everything you asked for, and if you tried to count His blessings, you could not. You would lose count before you even began. And still, man is described here as unjust and ungrateful. That is not an accusation. It is an invitation to be the exception. Mention 8. Surah Al-Isra, verse 3. You descendants of those we carried with Noah, he was truly a thankful servant. When Allah praises a prophet, He chooses his words with care. Of all the ways He could have honored Nuh alayhi salam, centuries of patience, steadfastness in the face of mockery, a mission that lasted hundreds of years, He called him a grateful servant. That was the title that mattered most. Not the strongest, not the most patient, grateful. Mention 9. Surah An-Naml, verse 40. But one of them who had some knowledge of the scripture said, I will bring it to you in the twinkling of an eye. When Solomon saw it set before him, he said, "This is a favor from my Lord, to test whether I am grateful or not. If anyone is grateful, it is for his own good. If anyone is ungrateful, then my Lord is self-sufficient and most generous." The throne of Bilqis appeared before Sulaiman alayhi salam in the blink of an eye, an impossible miracle. And what was his first response? Not wonder, not pride. He said, "This is a test of whether he would be grateful or not." The closer you are to Allah, the more you see every blessing not as an arrival, but as a question. Will you be grateful? Mention 10. Surah Saba, verse 13. They made him whatever he wanted: palaces, statues, basins as large as water troughs, fixed cauldrons. We said, "Work thankfully, family of David, for few of my servants are truly thankful." The family of Dawood alayhi salam was surrounded by gifts, craftsmanship, power, wisdom beyond measure. And Allah's command was simple: work. Gratitude here is not a feeling you carry quietly in your chest. It is action, using the gifts you are given. Gratitude that stays in the heart and never moves the hands is incomplete. Mention 11. Surah Luqman, verse 12. We endowed Luqman with wisdom. Be thankful to God. Whoever gives thanks benefits his own soul. And as for those who are thankless, God is self-sufficient, worthy of all praise. Luqman was given wisdom, and the very first thing that wisdom told him to do was be grateful. Then comes a statement that should shift something in us. Whoever is grateful, it is for his own good. Allah doesn't gain anything from your gratitude. He is self-sufficient, worthy of all praise, with or without you. The one who benefits from gratitude is you. Mention 12. Surah Luqman, verse 14. We have commanded people to be good to their parents. Their mothers carried them with strain upon strain, and it takes 2 years to wean them. Give thanks to me and to your parents. All will return to me. 2 verses later in the same surah, Allah commands gratitude again, but this time He adds, "Be grateful to me and to your parents." He placed these two together deliberately. Your parents carried you when you could carry nothing. They were the instrument of His provision for you. Gratitude to them is not separate from gratitude to Him. It is part of it. Mention 13. Surah Az-Zumar, verse 7. If you are ungrateful, remember, God has no need of you, yet He is not pleased by ingratitude in His servants. If you are grateful, He is pleased to see it in you. No soul will bear another's burden. You will return to your Lord in the end, and He will inform you of what you have done. He knows well what is in the depths of your hearts. This verse says something profound. Allah has no need of you. He was complete before you existed. Your ingratitude doesn't diminish Him by anything. And yet, He is not pleased by ingratitude in His servants. And when you are grateful, He is pleased with that for you. The Lord of all creation, pleased with you. Not because He needs it, because He loves it when His servant sees clearly. Mention 14. Surah Al-Insan, verse 3. We guided him to the right path, whether he was grateful or not. He showed us the way, whether we would be grateful or not. Allah didn't wait to see which kind of person we would be before guiding us. He gave guidance first, unconditionally. The distinction between the grateful and the ungrateful is not about receiving the gift, it is about what you do with it. He already gave you everything you need to find Him. Mention 15. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 172. You who believe, eat the good things we have provided for you, and be grateful to God, if it is Him that you worship. This command is placed inside a verse about eating and provision. Be grateful to Allah, if it is Him that you worship. That last phrase is the key. Gratitude is not just a pleasant disposition. It is an act of worship. Every meal eaten in awareness, knowing this came from Him, is an act of ibadah. That is what gratitude does. It turns the ordinary into the sacred. Mention 16. Surah Yasin, verse 73. Some for other benefits and some for drink. Will they not give thanks? The final mention. And Allah ends with a question. After listing everything He made available to us, sustenance, provision, the gifts we rely on every day, will they not give thanks? It doesn't demand an answer. It waits for one, from you, right now. After everything you have heard today, what will your answer be? 75 times. Allah mentioned gratitude in 75 different places, in 75 different contexts, each one a reminder placed exactly where we need it most. That is not repetition, that is care. It is Allah knowing how easily we forget, how quickly we consume a blessing without seeing it. Today, after hearing these verses, maybe the next cup of water, the next breath, the next person who loves you will land differently. He gave you eyes, ears, and a heart. He is asking you to use them. Follow for more of the most powerful verses in the Quran and tell us in the comments which mention moved you the most.